What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. We are here today for another life update. I did have some projects planned that were supposed to come before this life update, but I just haven't got around to finalizing them. As far as the regular type of content, whatever that means anymore on this channel, we do have some stuff planned. We're going to be doing some stuff about NC Finnish pagan folk metal band. That should be really exciting, really interesting for you guys that haven't heard of NC or folk metal. I think you guys will find it interesting. Also, we're going to be doing some stuff about an obscure Christian epic metal band, medieval band that's going to be really great. Medieval metal band, I should say. And that's kind of where we're at with the regular content. I have some stuff, further down along the line for the long term. And I just did not want to just forget about you guys or make you guys think that I forgot about you, because I have not. I've really been wanting to make more content. I've just been tired. I've been working a lot. I've had a lot of stuff going on with getting the new car and, getting all that stuff arranged with insurance and bank information and all that good stuff. But I was really lucky to land on a really good vehicle. I bought a beautiful, what's it called? Can't even remember the name of my car now. Nissan Altima. There we go. A beautiful black Nissan Altima. It's really up to date. It's got a lot of modern safety features as well as technological travel features. It's got a nice screen inside right in front of, underneath the windshield for GPS and music and all that good stuff. I'm a pretty basic guy. Usually I just drive around listening to the classical station, but it's really nice not to have to heckle with CDs in the car anymore. I still love CDs, but that will be an extra expense that I do not have to rely on quite as much. I mean, every once in a while, I'm still going to be buying CDs. They're kind of like books. I enjoy just having them, the sort of collector's physical aspect of having a CD, being able to open the CD or the vinyl especially. Too bad they don't have vinyl players in cars. Wouldn't that really be something? Maybe someday. Maybe. So I did get the new car, and I'm just really grateful to sort of have all of that behind me. Definitely going to be taking it easy out there on the road, as I encourage everybody else to. And so what else did I want to cover? There's something else I wanted to bring up as far as the social media is concerned. I am going to be sort of attempting to phase out the Instagram. Now, this is just sort of an experiment, but I'm doing this for personal reasons as well, because Instagram has just become, in my opinion, I call it Insta spam now, because that's really all it is. But I will encourage you, in lieu of that, or as a result of not being on Instagram as much, I want you guys to interact and like up the community posts, comment on the community posts here on YouTube a lot more, because that is, I want everybody to encourage everybody, not even just me, but viewers, content creators alike, to start to sort of, mechanize or start to use their YouTube community post to function like an Instagram feed. And yes, I know, before you guys start going crazy, I know it's not the same thing, but it's basically a very similar platform. You can upload pictures. The shorts kind of, that's sort of a different thing, but we got the Instagram reels or the TikTok reels. Of course, you can do that on YouTube. I don't mess too much with shorts on YouTube because they're just kind of annoying, and my format is not very conducive to making short, attention span content. Every once in a while I might do something for promotion or, just if something pops in my head, but I just don't like the idea of having a huge feed of hundreds or thousands of shorts like a lot of people are doing, where you'd have to spend all day on there trying to find something that is interesting to you or whatever. So I am going to be kind of taking an extended hiatus from Instagram, not only for personal reasons, just because it's so mentally and emotionally draining. There's just too much content on there. There's too many people messaging me on there as well. Not that I mind talking to anybody specifically, but it's just become a huge source of distraction for me on a creative and emotional level. If you spend enough time on Instagram or TikTok, for example, you never end up leaving feeling good. You end up feeling drained, depressed, anxious, insignificant, unworthy, just the whole gambit. So I would encourage people to, and so YouTube has kind of always been my main thing. I really love YouTube. I like the fact you can make long format content. Knock on plastic. hopefully that will stick around. I wouldn't be surprised if YouTube changes their criteria someday and doesn't allow long format content anymore. That would really be depressing. But the YouTube is where I'm going to be. I'm not going to be on Instagram. I don't plan on going on TikTok, And of course, I've been busy writing. We're on the 4th draft of the novel. A Book Unopened is the working title. Talk a little bit more about why I'm calling it A Book Unopened in the future. The 4th draft is going really, really well, and I'm confident that this may be the last draft. Technically, there's probably going to be a 5th one because I'm going to be inserting endnotes into the novel. It's going to be a really long encyclopedic novel, sort of in the vein of, I don't know, Moby Dick perhaps, or Gravity's Rainbow or Infinite Jest or something. I don't consider my writing postmodern, right? Or I don't really consider it, anything like Herman Melville or David Foster Wallace or Thomas Pynchon, but just the length and the epicness, I guess you could say. Of course, there's a lot of epic writers, but when you put, and there's a lot of things in my novel that will be better explained with endnotes. So that's what the 5th draft is going to be, is me constructing a list of endnotes. So whenever I mention something, whenever I mention some obscure, Orisha and Santeria, that my mother raised me with, you guys will be able to have a frame of reference to learn more about that. Or if I mention something about my mother's paganism that people don't understand, you guys will have something to reference. Or when I talk about my obsession with Jane Seymour that took place when I was a teenager, I'll have a little endnote so you guys know a little bit more about Jane Seymour. And that is going to make the novel much more, I think, inclusive. And I hate to use that word because I sound like a Marxist, but I just like the idea of having endnotes in my novel like you would have in an academic paper. I'm not going to overdo it. It's not going to be endnotes on every page or every sentence, but I'm going to have a select few, endnotes in the novel, so that it's sort of an active reading experience. So that, like, when you're reading a book, it's sort of a push and pull between if there, let's say I have an endnote right here, or let's say Victor Hugo has an endnote here, and then if you don't know what he's talking about, you flip to the back of the book, or sometimes there's footnotes, obviously, on the bottom of the book, and it just kind of makes the reader, or the author to reader, experience just a little bit more of like a game of tennis, like David Foster Wallace would talk about, kind of flipping back and forth. It's almost like this sports game, and it makes it a little more exciting. I don't want to take my readers out of the novel with copious amounts of endnotes, but I do want to have some in there just to further explain and further solidify a lot of the rhetoric. I feel like my computer's a little bit too forward. That's better. Just to sort of explain things. So now that we're on the topic of writing and reading, this is a little segment for In-Depth Literature. We do have some stuff planned for In-Depth Literature because our newest accomplishment is this. We've just completed our 2nd rereading of Thomas Wolfe's Of Time and the River. So I'm super excited to get into an analysis of this. It's probably going to be a long one. I hope you guys will enjoy the Thomas Wolfe segment that we have coming up. And I'm not holding myself to any particular deadline or any particular schedule. Because I have been just really busy working on different projects. I've been busy sleeping. I've been busy going to doctors. I've been busy, getting some things in order for the next couple of months. And so that's our newest literature accomplishment, is Of Time in the River. And up next, I plan to finish this evening, tomorrow morning at the latest, Victor Hugo's The Hunchback of Notre Dame. We've got like 2 pages left. This was quite an epic read. And I never thought I was going to finish it, but I blew right through it in the course of a little over a month, something to that nature. So maybe 2 months. I really, really enjoyed this. And of course, we talked a little bit about the Molière. We're in the middle of the Tartuffe. I'm really enjoying Molière's sort of existential comedic worldview that took place in France around the 17 and 1800s. Also, we got Dante Alighieri's The Inferno. We're really taking our time, sinking our teeth into the marrow, into the spirit of this, this old Renaissance text. So that's been really wonderful. Speak of endnotes, Dante's, or at least the modern translations, the modern editions of Dante's The Divine Comedy have lots of endnotes for you guys to look forward to. We're still getting through Hugs, Hearts United, Gather Strength, Dreamers, emotional recovery project. So I'm really been enjoying that, about halfway through that. You guys should grab a copy of that over on Amazon. Just type in Dreama Collins narcissism or Dreama Collins books. You'll find something. I'm sure she's got some links over on her channel. And we're still kind of working our way slowly through Perfect Murder, Perfect Town, the story of John Bonet in the city of Boulder. So all of these will be extensions of content that will show up later on In-Depth Literature. Is there anything else I wanted to cover? You know, I'm excited to get back to the heavy metal stuff. I know we've been saying we're going to do it. We just haven't done it yet. But I'm going to sit myself down and we're going to get the next project out. I haven't decided if it's going to be, you know, which band I'm going to talk about next. It's kind of there's two sort of contending for the same spot, so we'll get that out there because I do want to, you know, start interacting with the viewers that came for the heavy metal music content. You know, we do have some other projects. I don't want to bend Britney Spears' face here. So we got a lot of projects. You know, I'm just really taking my time, and it's like the novel, you know, the tortoise and the hare, so to speak. Slow and steady wins the race. I don't want to just bang out content just for the sake of it. And, you know, I really appreciate everybody still kind of being active and engaged in this channel, even though we've been kind of a little bit dormant. But that happens sometimes. And, yeah, we're going to get back to it. We're getting back to it now. I'm holding myself accountable to make sure we get some content up this evening. I feel like my webcam is getting more and more grainy by the day. Does it look grainy to anybody else? My hair is getting longer. Let me know if you guys support my long hair. Somebody in the comments said I could start rocking pigtails. I probably wouldn't rock pigtails, but I know somebody else that might. Maybe we'll have some Andrea content someday in the near future once my hair gets a little longer. But I'm really digging it, you know, and yeah, so pretty much it. Just been spending some time with the family, you know, a little Charles and Marissa content every now and again. You know, hopefully we'll be doing some more projects with Dreama as well. I'm planning on going out to see her again in a couple of weeks, so that should be really great. We're still kind of rearranging the studio. I forgot to get this tacky vacuum cleaner out of the shot again. It looks like this tacky futuristic thingamajig in the middle of all these beautiful rustic classical pieces of furniture and books and stuff like that. Was there anything else I wanted to cover? You know, we've got some stuff going on politically with the elections, and you know, Joe Biden just dropped out of the race. I don't pay too much attention to politics. I don't really avidly follow any particular political figure, political party. I just kind of watch from the sidelines. And of course, we had the Trump. I don't want to say the word in case YouTube comes after me, but we had the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump, and now we have Kamala Harris in coming into the political scene as the Democratic forerunner to sort of succeed Joe Biden's place as the president. So let me know what you guys are thinking about all that stuff. I don't follow that stuff too much. I just kind of laugh from the sidelines at how foolish and how fake and how corrupt all these people are. Democrats, Republicans, bankers, Wall Street wolves, you know, just nobody really has our best interests at hand. I think you kind of have to make your own way. You got to do your own thing, whether it's creatively or maybe you're good at business or maybe you're good at trading stocks or whatever the case is. I got to remember to stop hitting my cord. So I'm just going to relax for the rest of the evening, get through some material, some literature material. And let me know how you guys have been. It's a real pleasure spending a little bit of my evening with you guys tonight. And we will talk to everybody very soon. And I promise the next series of videos will be in the upcoming weeks.